Hey, Innocent. How are you? Might just be the two of us in here. I'm just sick of bullshit and tired of it. I think probably a lot of people are live. That's okay. People can watch me in the replay. They're going to miss a chance here to ask me questions instead of asking them in other people's chats or making accusations against me. Hey, Chica. Hey, Anypads. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. Really tired of it. And I'm going to be gone for a while. Vacationing on Lake Michigan for a while. And hopefully I can stay away from YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. What was I going to talk about first? Let's see. I'm tired of being called a liar. Hey, Virgo away. Hi, Eve. Hey, girl. Sounds like fun. We'll see. I'll be the judge of that. It might be a disaster, but that's fine. I'll just rage quit, right? Because I'm always in a rage. I always get mad. I don't even know where to start. Hi, Dina Lynn. Welcome. You're free to ask me questions too. We'll see how this goes. Hi, Renee Marie. I'm sick of harassment. I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like drama. Somebody said, "Oh, I love drama today." I mean, not that they did. They said I love drama. I don't love drama. Hi, Angel Eyes. Welcome. I like true crime, and I started my channel to counteract the misinformation that a lot of people are putting out in different cases. And I have a lot of things to talk about. I talk about, little known cases that people aren't necessarily familiar with. Is Dodie here? Dodie. Hey, Dodie. I almost missed you. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, it's hey, Spidey fan. Thanks for all the Buckeyes, all the Ohio State laughs. I love that. I think we might be able to go all the way this year. We'll see. That Jeremiah Smith, he's something else. A freak of nature. Okay, so where was I? I don't even remember now. Okay. I talked about Noah Grove. I talk about different cases, and they don't get very many people in here to listen to them, but that's okay because that's not really my goal. My channel stays pretty much the same amount of subs. I'm not trying to be huge. I would feel too much pressure with that. Plus, I have a really good chat, a good group of subs, and I love our chats. Nobody's nasty in here. Hey, Bob. Love you, Bob. Yeah, it's really bothering me lately. So, and it seems like people are after me for some reason. Every time Ernie takes a couple days off, I'm the topic of conversation, and I don't know why. I'm not a criminal. Run my record. I don't even have a traffic ticket. I don't know why. Why? I really don't know. Yeah, we are chill. I never go away or you get blocked. Oh, block this person, block that person. Um, it's really sad. Yeah, you can't have a discussion. And I think, having all different opinions might make you open your mind and think of some, angle that you hadn't thought of before. Do I like scissors? Ryan D. Envy. I think we got it going on. Matt Patricia, I love that guy. I love that guy. I hope he doesn't leave us. Anyway, Spidey and I are just doing little Buckeye talk. Okay, so let's get down to hey Charlie K. Whore. You know I love that whore. I love all whores. I'm going to talk about someone. I don't know. I don't like to mention names on this chat unless it's somebody putting out misinformation. But I think they are putting out misinformation or seem to have it in for me. Let's see if I can do this without mentioning. Someone who I don't watch. I don't mention their name. Don't have any interaction with them. But yet they seem to, I'm their whipping boy for some reason. So I got, people keep saying, I'm going to put that up there. I don't have receipts. I have a lot of receipts. I have 65,000 screenshots. I have people calling and texting me all day long. And they tell me things because they know I'm not going to out them. There's a difference between a receipt and a source. And I post a lot of receipts on my community wall. So I'm thinking the people that say I don't have receipts don't follow my channel. I think they're just parroting what they hear. But that's just my opinion. Like everything on this channel is my opinion. Because it's my channel. And I can do that. I'm not going to out my sources. And I have sources close to different situations. I mean, when I call somebody up, I'm inserting myself in a case. When another creator does it, it's called research, right? But no, I'm inserting myself. Everything is nefarious as far as I'm concerned to these other creators. I'm, bothering people, sticking my nose in where it doesn't belong. I don't get it. I don't think, I actually research things. It's not that often that I play something and just react to it. I usually have a topic and some things to say. And I do my own research. I don't work with a little group. I know, or they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's just crazy. I don't know who Nellie Nellie Olson, is that who you're talking about? So receipts would be, yeah, if I had documents or something. However, if a source sent me a document, a picture of a document of something that they know, if I only get it from one person, I'm not going to put it out. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to put the receipt out that can be traced back to a source. I mean, okay, so here's an example. So this person seems to like to talk about me and my receipt. Okay, so I got some information when Ernie got in the accident in Arkansas. He got released from the hospital. I don't know if let me know if my air purifier is making too much noise. I can shut it off. Okay, Genevieve. All right, I'm going to put this up here and I'm going to finish what I'm saying and then I'm going to read your comment. Where was I? Okay, I got this information about Ernie, about the wrecker, about the tow yard, about people giving Ernie a ride to the bus station. Okay, but I couldn't verify that. I couldn't confirm that with a second source, so I did not go live with it. An hour later, someone did go live with it. And everybody just went crazy over it. Okay, but this person said, well, I got this information from a couple sources. No receipts. No receipts. Nobody even asked for any. But yet I'd get nailed to the cross if I did that, if I said I got information from a source. Where's your receipts? You never have any receipts. I got plenty of them, let me tell you. And people put a lot of faith in me not putting out screenshots and conversations, I'll tell you, because you'd be surprised at what I know and what I could say. But I don't do that. I don't share private conversations. I don't share texts. I don't record phone calls. And yeah, just because I have it doesn't mean I'm going to put it out. I do know things. I do have sources and I do know things. I know things I would never say on here because they're not for publication. They should remain private, and they do. And thankfully, I mean, there's something huge that a few creators know, but we know enough not to put it out. And I know certain creators that would be shouting it from the rooftops if they knew. But thankfully, the group that does know it has some ethics. So, now I'm behind. When I get information, I say thank you. It is all talk, innocent. I've heard a couple people say, "Oh, I have receipts." Yeah, but I'm not going to show them right now. I heard somebody say that 2 days ago. Yeah, I have some receipts, but I don't think I'll put them out right now. Can you imagine if I said that? I don't even see anybody else get asked for receipts. I've watched creators for years that have never put out a receipt, ever, or been asked for one, but yet everything they say is taken as gospel. Even when it's a lie, a ridiculous lie. Okay, how did I become so involved with those directly connected to Ernie involving the Summer Wells case? How did you become so involved with those directly connected to Ernie involving the Summer Wells case? I don't understand that. I don't understand that question. Could you elaborate, please? Ernie in the Summer Wells case, as far as I'm concerned, Ernie has no connection to the Summer Wells case. I first became aware of Ernie when he did that racetrack search after Summer Wells went missing. And I thought, these aren't predator hunters. This is all a joke. And it was a joke. I mean, finding duct tape with Summer's long blonde hair in it. Summer didn't have long blonde hair. She was almost bald. Zip ties used on Summer. What was all that? You must remember all that. I just thought that was a bunch of bullshit, and that was my introduction to Ernie. As far as the Summer Wells case, yeah, he, tried to wine and dine Candace to get information, just like Cher did, just like Shannon. A lot of people tried to buddy up to Candace and Don. hoping to get information, and Ernie wasn't any different. I heard somebody say, "Oh, Candace," oh, this is uh, Pam, said, "Oh, Candace said to Ernie, give me 3 days and I'll tell you everything that happened." No, that's not what she said. She never said that she would tell Ernie everything that happened that day. I'm sorry, that was never said. People need to go back and listen to that again. Uh, that's kind of like saying that Candace told Chris McDonough he couldn't go in the shed. Go listen to that again. She said, "Well, yeah, I wouldn't want you to get hurt." He could have gone in the shed. The door was already half open. Um, there's a reason he didn't go in the shed. Candace, she told him he could go. At no point did she say he couldn't go in the shed. I don't know. Is that called the Mandela effect? Or am I misremembering? Where you just repeat things because you've heard them so often that you think they're true. How is it that you claim to have information on the case while open? Because I have sources that are close to the people involved in this case. And no, it's not Don or Candace. There's people that were around there that were helping fix up the house. I don't want to say exactly who it is, but I have people call me and tell me things. I have talked to the FBI and TBI. And the FBI has called me back to get more information, so they were interested in what I had to say. I thought it was things that they needed to know. Um, in one case, it's someone that Candy talked to, a lifelong friend of hers, and told her that she had lied. This lady repeatedly tried to get a hold of TBI or Hawkins County, I believe. Couldn't get anybody to return her phone calls, so I called the FBI and gave them her name and phone number and told them she had information. Um, and that's not something that I'm not going to put her name out there. Every YouTuber on the planet would be calling her and showing up at her door with a bullhorn. Um, Anybody that talks to people doesn't reveal their sources. Newspapers don't reveal. People go to jail to keep from revealing their sources. I'm a researcher. I'm not a drama queen. Okay. So, what else do we have here? Always state that after speaking with a couple people, that is what is being shared. Yeah, but they still say that's no receipts. No receipts. Prove it. I don't know. I don't rake the info. Well, I appreciate that, Spidey fan. I don't think I say anything that I don't have the receipts or have verified with 2 or 3 people. One time I did make a mistake and I did say something that was tracked back, and I did apologize. That was a huge failing on my part. I didn't tell who it was, but I did say something that I had only heard from one person, and I try to avoid that. I get in a chat, sometimes I say a little too much, but okay, so here's some questions. Here's some things I saw in chat that people sent me. Let's see. Where is that? That's not the one. Oh, crap. No, I can't find it. I don't know what happened. Somebody wanted to know if I had ever visited Shelby Shell in jail. No, I have not. I have never done a video call with him either. So let's see the person who asked that. Who have you talked to lately? Who have you visited with lately? Why is that anybody's business? I don't know. If he says something that I want to say out loud, I will. Same with Eric. Eric Rush has a lot more he wants to tell. So this court date is November 14th, I believe. And then we'll see if he gets out or if he has to serve some time. But he's anxious to get back on YouTube and tell what he knows. Yeah, I don't block people. Thank you, Genevieve. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I go in a lot of different chats, but yeah, people, oh, I saw you in so-and-so's chat, and then they block you. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, that's like Dina Lynn. She's always been welcome here, and she's she's a PG mod, but I mean, I think we can all adult. Everybody can adult in here usually. I hardly ever have any trolls. Traders and I don't have any back and forth issues. Traders and I get along wonderfully. Genevieve, thank you for clarifying. Well, that's why I started this, so that people can ask me questions and I can clarify. I stay neutral. Well, hey, GM. Welcome. Really, anybody's welcome here, but that's hilarious. I can only think of one person that I don't want to come in here. So I already have a headache, and I just couldn't take her tonight. But I'm not going to mention that either. Everybody, look up. We got all kinds of people in here for. Oh yeah, Eric has the goods. His Ernie harassed Eric's mom and sent her a bunch of text messages and threatening ones, and Eric thought she still might have had him, but when I talked to her, and no, I didn't insert myself in that either. He asked me to pass messages on to her occasionally, and we discussed Eric and his progress and his problems. And I lost my train of thought. Sorry. My cat is distracting me. I can agree with that. He definitely needs inpatient, treatment. What was I saying about Eric's mom? Oh, yeah. And I asked her about the text messages, and she said no, that was on an old phone, and she didn't have them anymore, which is too bad. He needs inpatient treatment. I need an adult ear adult. I tried to tell him that when I was on his panel last. Hating some things that someone does doesn't mean you hate the person. Do I think Ernie's dangerous? I think he could be. Do I think he'd actually kill someone? I don't think he would. And I've talked to 2 people close to Ernie, and no, it's not who you'd think. And they said they didn't think he would do anything. He would send someone else to do it. So I don't know. I don't think the thing in Kentucky is that big of a deal. They didn't seem to think so. She said they probably wouldn't even go as far as South Carolina to get him, so I don't think they're going to go to Florida. I mean, he did actually walk up to a cop there, so if they wanted him, they could have had him. But Arkansas, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. That'll be kind of interesting. I'm sure we'll have some FOIAs from that. Okay. But she didn't deny that he never harassed her? Oh, no, he harassed her. He did. He sent her. Yeah. He sent her, I can't remember what, but you've heard him. You've heard him, the calls he made to the jail. And Eric said he called every day for a week. So I think we heard 2 of the calls, didn't we? From Ernie. The one where he called the poor lady that answered the phone a bitch and all kinds of names and hung up on her. I think we all heard that. And I think that's pretty much, well, we all saw him break his steering wheel over my post, right? He definitely has a anger problem. Bigfoot. Sorry, I don't believe in Bigfoot. I have a friend that goes searching for Bigfoot, though. Okay, Genevieve. Ernie has become an invisible household fixture. Yes. Oh, yeah, he would. He would go live. You can bet that. He'd be there filming it. There was no doubt about that. Yeah, everything he does is live or recorded, or I don't know. I've said more than once, I don't think he exists if he's not on YouTube, honestly. But I would like to see him get help. Could he ever get help and function normally? That I don't know. If he got on the right medications, but compliance is a problem. And I think that's a problem with a lot of mentally ill people. Either they don't like the way the medication makes them feel because it's not familiar to them. They like the reality that they're in and don't want it to change, or they think, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't need this medicine. I don't know, but that's a subject for a different time. So, anybody else have any questions? What did Innocent say? Innocent, we had that this morning, 80 mile an hour. I don't know what, 230 kilograms per hour. Yeah, we had 80 mile an hour and hail. It hailed pretty hard. And that wind was not gusts, it was wind. And my slider bows in at 70 miles an hour. So I was a little concerned. So I have things moved away from the window when that happens. And I have a kerosene lantern that came over from Germany with my great uncle, well, his dad. And that's my prized possession. And when we get a huge storm like that with high winds, I put that in the dishwasher. I figure it's safe there. I don't think anything's going to crush the dishwasher. I hope not, anyway. Yes, and he takes a lot of things that he does and assigns them to other people. I mean, there's no doubt Ernie wants to be a hero, right? He wants to be seen as a savior. Save the world. Save the world from a mad serial killer. Save children. Save missing women. But at the same time, demeans women. I don't think Ernie likes women, honestly. I really don't. I mean, I'm not talking in a sexual way. I just don't think he likes women. Just from the way he talks about them. Yeah, I don't know. If you're in the chat, you're yeah, a groupie or whatever, a simp, right? And you can't really be on both sides because someone said it was disturbing what I was saying in Ernie's chat. I was just being honest. I don't, I don't necessarily think he needs to be in jail. I mean, I think he needs to be in jail, but I don't think that jail would help him. I think he needs inpatient mental health treatment first. Although, when he was in jail, I think he did really well. I think they fed him well. He seemed healthier when he got out of jail than he was when he went in. He's not doing too good right now. And it's not related to his HIV. Although I question whether he's taking that medication, but I don't really have any way to know that for a fact. I don't have receipts on that. Help me, Facebook. I know that was funny. He thinks that the people on Facebook are his friends. Are they really his friends? Are people on Facebook or YouTube really your friends? I guess they're friends, but yeah. They're friends, but not real life friends. I mean, I don't think anybody from Facebook was going to run over there and help him unless they were calling 911. That's the kind of help he needs. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't like strong women. Yep, you're absolutely right. Women he can't manipulate, I think. I've seen that in his chats. He has people leave. And there's been a few people that have left. What's her name? Angel Arctic Wolf, Angel of Humanity. She left. Renee Marie. I see when people, his core group, leave. Then he has somebody in chat screaming, "Can I get a wrench? Can I get a wrench?" And I'm like, there's his next victim. That's a pick me girl. And, there's someone that he can manipulate, someone that wants to be part of the group. And I think that's what people that manipulate people look for, the weak link, somebody that is susceptible to what they're going to say. I see that in a lot of chats, actually. And I've seen a whole group leave a chat and I'll go over to another chat en masse. They all did. And suddenly love that person like they did the first chat until they got, disrespected, I guess they felt. Yeah, or pay you back, right, Renee Marie? I don't watch Ernie. I haven't watched him a lot lately either because, it depends if a title catches my attention. Innocent usually sends me things she thinks I need to look at. Otherwise, and that's actually what I look at. When I wake up in the morning, I look to see what she sent me. Screenshots or links and go check them out. Prison, I don't think Ernie would survive prison, honestly. He's a weak person. And I don't mean that in a physical way. I think mentally. I think Ernie's a weak person. I think he'd be taken advantage of, and I don't think he'd survive in prison. He'd be preyed upon unless he found somebody to protect him. Yeah, you did. Sadly. Oh, is your name on the list too for go away? I have 3 stars. Where's Governor Gideon? I haven't seen them lately. They were actually at the top of the list. Somebody had 5 stars. I can't remember who that was, but I think I was on there twice. So does that count? I have said that I would show him human compassion. I know I just have begged him more than once to just get straight. I don't know. Oh, you got stars too? I know, isn't that funny? It's like a hit list. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Here's your chance. I haven't inserted myself in all different cases. I see that frequently. I don't know what they mean by that. Because I haven't. I don't, I didn't follow the Watts case. I didn't follow the West case. What's some other big ones? I started with Sophie Long and then Cash Gernon and then Summer. And then I was asked to look into Rose Bly. So most of what I know about Summer, I found out from Rose Bly. And that's about it. Trying to think of who else I've talked to. Talked to Eric Shelby. Kayla Massengill, I talked to her aunt. I'd really like to dig into that case. And I see I was going to talk, was it Missouri? Some state, the governor just signed into law where the family of a victim of a cold case after 5 years is entitled to the case file. Now, I think every state should have that. I think that's a good idea. If it's been 5 years, yeah, I think you deserve to see what they have. Then you can do some investigating. You can hire a private investigator. And you deserve to know what they're doing, right? Or if they're doing anything, who they've interviewed, maybe who they haven't interviewed. How many families? No, Press Grove, they hadn't even gotten the autopsy, and it had been over a year. Now, I don't think, why do they keep stuff secret? And it seems like after it goes cold for a few years, then all of a sudden they release a little bit of information. Why not release that at the beginning? And I'm not talking about like the one thing they hold back, to rule out false confessions, but just things that would help, identify a suspect. I don't know. Well, when I'm the subject of somebody's life and talked about in a derogatory manner, I don't have that thick of a skin. I have a lot thicker than when I first came to YouTube, but to continually be dogged or called a liar. I don't lie. I might make a mistake, but I correct that. I saw someone today. Oh, did you correct that Benny saw Don with crack? Actually, yeah, I did 2 days ago. I did. And I emailed Benny apologizing. And that was a mistake on my part. It was no lie, for crying out loud. Someone had said that in chat, and that went along with what I had heard from other people. And they said that Benny had seen Don with $4,000 worth of crack. I should have checked with Benny and verified that first, and that was my mistake. Uh-oh. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Why won't you reveal who PG is? I'd like to. Oh wait, I'm missing some questions, I guess. No, I don't hate Bond either. Why won't you? I don't dox people. I would, if I was going to dox somebody, it would be her. Honest to God. Go back and look at some of my community posts. I did post 3 community posts about, I posted her ex-husband's barbershop newspaper article, and I posted some other things that she's mentioned. Flippo the Clown. She knows I know who she is. I know she knows. Something gave her away there. I just don't dox people. I don't think I'm the only one that knows. There's a couple other people that know who she is. Nobody's doxed her, have they? I don't know. Doxing is just malicious. Although I hate when she goes after other people or makes fun of their looks or, calls them fat or smelly or. I don't think that you should be dogging on other people's looks and things when you're not showing us yourself. Sorry. I just don't think that's right. Okay. I don't have questions. Not Candace's sister Rose. Yeah, I didn't know Rose. I never said I knew Rose. Don't know the Wells. That's actually my channel description. Don't know the Wells. Never talked to the Wells. Didn't know Rose. Have never talked to Candy. There you go. Okay, let me see. Does PG's last name, hi Lorgine, has PG last name start with an S? No. No. Where has Aunt Connie been? Who is Aunt Connie, Raylan? Welcome. Where has Aunt Connie been? Ernie has an Aunt Connie, but she died. Or she had an oxygen tank blow up on her. Aunt Connie. I don't have an Aunt Connie. I don't know, Raylan. In relation to what case? I'm sorry. She talks about people like dogs. I know. I've seen her and Mama T earlier. Are you talking about Constance Sue? I saw her in Katie's earlier too. Well, yeah, you're right. Recollections may vary. I mean, we all. What's that famous movie? It's Japanese with subtitles, but it shows the story of a man being murdered by 3 different people. Their recollection of what happened, and it's totally different from each person's perspective. You wouldn't even know it was the same story. God, I wish I could remember. Somebody will pop up with the name here in chat. Yeah, is she talking about Constance Sue? Oh, Constance Sue? Um, she's around. Yeah, I saw her in Katie's 2 or 3 days ago. She did a live with someone. That was within the last week, wasn't it? I can't remember who was up there with her though. I don't know. I guess she's got things going on, like some of us do at times. I don't know. I'm going to be scarce for the next week or so. So, are you sure? Check the dishwasher. I know. So, Spidey fan, if you ever break into my house, check the dishwasher. I wouldn't think that's valuable to anybody else, just sentimental value to me. I have a VCR. I don't have a radio. Well, I do, but I haven't played it in 20 years, so I'm sure the batteries are dead. My TVs were both 25 years old, but the one got hit by lightning. Soaked in water first due to my cat, and then hit by lightning. So you had to bang on the top of it every once in a while to get a picture to come in. So I had a couple of people haul it out, and I bought a flat screen one finally for $100, but I haven't hooked it up. I don't watch TV except for football, college football. So there you go. There's nothing much in here to steal as far as electronics, I'll tell you. Is PG's last name start with an M? Yes, it does start with an M. Yes. Yes, you got it. That's it. I doubt Constance was in the dishwasher. I get it now. I'm a little slow. Oh, I haven't felt good in a week. Constance said in Katie's today that Lisa is a nice lady. That was nice. I love Constance Sue. I really do. There's some people I think are factual, don't get into the drama. Not too many, but there are some. Okay, what else? Katie asked her chat. Oh, great. Well, oh, peachy. Thank you, chat stick, and welcome. Love you. Yes, it was Rashomon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I recommend that movie to everyone. And if you're kind of hesitant about subtitles, trust me, after a little while, you won't even notice they're there. You'll get used to them. That movie is a must see. Seriously. I think it would help everyone as far as seeing a different viewpoint or exactly how recollections may vary, because they certainly do. I think we all see things through the lens of our own experiences and upbringings and perceptions. So, you one person thinks, well, like when they're going through reacting to my videos, analyzing each and every word I speak, and then I can see that they're trying to make it like I meant something other than what I say, which bothers me because I try to speak and pick my words very carefully so they can't be misconstrued. And still they're misconstrued. So all I can do is try to explain. Oh, I love Chapstick. Chapstick is another person that is extremely factual. Great. I don't listen to her. I've seen Michelle say, I'm always in there. No, I'm not, actually. Someone sent me screenshots of the chat today. So that's about it. Lovely. I don't think I'll bother to go over and watch. I'm not a basketball fan, Spidey fan. I would say they could just skip the whole game and just go to the last basket because it seems like one team always wins by 1 point or 2. I don't know anything about basketball. Basketball seems boring to me. Now, baseball, I can get into baseball. Hockey, I don't know. If you saw my birthday weekend on my friend Al that I went to the Eric Church concert, he's a real big hockey fan and got season tickets. So he said he's going to take me to a hockey game. I said, cool. I'll duck when I see a puck coming towards my face. Yes, she's really good. Naomi, you got some questions, which is good. How did I connect with Rose Bly's ex-husband? I was in a Facebook group about Rose Bly, and he contacted me and one other girl because he could see that we were not into drama and that we were factual and we questioned things, and so he asked us to look into it, and we did. And she was a local from there in town, and we had a lot of contacts there and a lot of information. Yeah, that was interesting. We worked hard at that. Talked all day, every day. I need to condense all that down into, I got reams of information for that in my 64,000 screenshots. I hope that answers your question. So yeah, then we just started talking, and I got that information from him and her sister. Oh yes, TT's awesome too. Yeah, there are some blasphemy. Well, you deserve it, hon. Yeah, Chris he wants to know when I'm going to go live on Rose again because he wants to come on panel. He did cam up once, but then the camera froze. But yeah, I heard Ms. Brooks, I'll mention her because she mentions me a lot, say that I don't even know him. Well, he was on my panel. He said he's just sick of all the bullshit, so he wants to come up on panel and maybe he'll answer some questions. We'll have an Ask Chris questions. What do you think happened to Rose? Rose went to a party with some friends, and she was involved in something that she shouldn't have been. And I think they think that she was a weak link or a CI, possibly. I'm not really sure. That's just my my thinking, but she was done away with at the party and then driven away. I heard from a source that her car was hidden not far from the house where the party was, in a barn, until they took it and put it in the parking lot. Of course, they had to put it somewhere, right? That was somewhere where, people drove by daily. Eventually, someone was going to see it. And the person that killed her committed suicide last year. Um, so now I don't know why people don't talk. Well, I do know why they don't talk. Same reason it's not ever going to be solved, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, and I miss Squirrel Girl, Squirrely Girl. I think about her every once in a while. Yes, this is my opinion. What do I think happened to Summer? You got some good questions there, girl. I think you probably haven't been around to listen to me before, but I think something happened um either at the swimming hole that she had a delayed reaction to, maybe a closed head injury, or something happened at Priceless. Because at Sonic at 2, she was laughing, and that I know 4 people that went to Sonic and talked to the manager. He said he remembered her giggling. I had one of them ask if they ordered food or just got slushes, and he said no, just slushes, no food. So then they went to Priceless. Candace and Candy were in the store. Hunter and Summer apparently were still in the truck. And then they dropped Hunter off about 2:45, 2:50. At 3:09, Summer looks unconscious and not in very good shape in the back of the truck. So something happened there between Priceless and home. A very, very, very short time. So I think it was something accidental. I think Ziggy Valero might have been telling the truth that Candace took off with Summer to take her to Don because she wasn't feeling well. I honestly think that now, in hindsight, and it's taken me years to come around to that way of thinking, but I think that might be the truth. Where she took her and where Summer is now, I have no idea. I know, she was a sweetheart. Okay. Is that it? Did I miss anything? Okay. I don't think they did anything on purpose, innocent. But I do think they know something because why would Candy need to tell her friend that she lied to the police? Because she wouldn't have any reason to lie if she didn't know anything. She could just tell the truth. I mean, and as far as if it was Fred or something, Candy wouldn't have any reason to lie. She could just say it was Fred. I don't know. As far as being trafficked or kidnapped, I mean, what do they think? They took her out of the truck at Priceless and then put her back in Priceless so Candace could take her home? That doesn't make sense to me. It's too tight of a timeline, in my opinion. There you go. Um, yeah, I'm not so sure that the people are all that concerned with her now. And as far as people that say, oh, you're keeping Summer's name out there, I question the value of that. Not because Summer doesn't matter, but because as a channel owner, a certain channel owner, you're talking to the same 250 people every night. They already know Summer's name. And 4.5 years of that has not come up with anything. So, and actually, sometimes Summer's name isn't even mentioned. So, there you go. There you go. Right? Right? Okay, so it's about an hour. Thank you if you ask me questions. Thank you, Nomi Malone. I appreciate uh your questions. I wish more people came on here and asked me, something to explain something I said, or uh come on here and called me a liar so I could rage quit or whatever. Rage quit. Anyway. Thanks everybody for being here, for listening to me, and you know how to get a hold of me. My email is in my description. Spidey fan, go Bucks. And we'll see you next time. I will be at the beach. Maybe I'll even post some pictures. Should be some good sunsets. I don't get up in the morning, so I won't be able to see the sun rise. Don't expect any of that. Oh my God, biscuits and gravy. It looks like vomit. It looks like vomit. No, 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 no. I can't even stand to look at a picture of that. I don't see how anybody could eat that. I'm sorry. That and okra. No, no. Okay, so appreciate everybody being here. Love you all. Have a good week. What day is this? What day is this? This is Thursday? Wednesday? Tuesday. Okay, have a good week and have a good week next week. Uh-oh. Biscuits and gravy. We're gonna have a war in chat over biscuits and gravy. Tuesday. Thank you, Wendy. That's what happens when you're retired. I never know. Yes. Isn't it biscuit and gravy getter or something? Blasphemy? Go Bucks is blasphemy? Oh, come on. Oh, innocent Wednesday. It's Wednesday in New Zealand. Okay. This time I really am going to go. So, love you all. Thanks for delting in chat. We always have a good chat, no matter how many people are in here. And hopefully a certain person will quit talking about me and using me for content. Please, God. Because I don't mention them or watch them or have anything to do with them, really. So I don't get the attraction. But anyway, thanks to my wonderful mods. They're always right on it, sharing links, and I don't think they have to delete anybody. Hey, Murphy. Yep, I'm live. Thank you. I think it's worth listening to. Anyway, I just felt like I had something to say tonight. So we'll see y'all next time. And I have something interesting planned. And it doesn't involve Ernie or any other YouTubers. Yay. Oh my God, Murphy, I'm sorry. Wait. Nobody else will know. I know who you are. Wasn't that hilarious? I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. A YouTuber said that her brother-in-law was injured in the army by an IUD. Okay, and on that note, now you're gonna give me an asthma attack. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Yeah, watch out for IUDs.